What is up, my loves? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Natalie Hughes. I'm a psychic medium. I'm also a life mindset and manifestation coach in my business. And on my channel, I help professional, ambitious women to co-create emotionally fulfilled, purpose-driven lives. And in today's video, I am supporting you in doing that by giving you a tarot reading all about your next baby, which I'm very excited about this. I am a very talented psychic, but I am really, really talented when it comes to like unborn babies, or some people call them like spirit babies. I have connected with and predicted the births of at least 4 babies. The first time I predicted a pregnancy was when I was like, I had to have been younger than 10 years old. And I had a dream that I was in a place like, you know how Walmart, this is a 2.5. There's 3 piles, okay? You see the pile, you see the pictures, you see that they're numbered. The timestamps are in the description. So if you don't want to hear the 2.5, then just go ahead and skip. But I'm going to tell my story. So, you know how Walmart they used to sell fish and they would have like the tanks and all that lined up. So I can't believe I still remember this dream. So I was like in like a room, kind of like an indoor aquarium, and there was like a whole bunch of fish tanks, kind of like the Walmart fish tank setup was in the early 2000s, you know? And my cousin was there. She's my male cousin's wife at the time. And yeah, she just was there. We were just talking around these fish, and it's kind of like superstition, a belief that when you dream about fish means pregnancy. And then lo and behold, she was pregnant and she gave birth to their first child. And I think my cousin Leilani, well, my second cousin Leilani, I think she just like graduated fucking high school or something. So that's crazy. Anyway, I'm really good at predicting the births of babies. I'm really, really good at getting tuned in, tapped in, turned on to like babies that want to be born. When I was pre-med a couple of years ago, my plan was to go into obstetrics and gynecology. And I wanted to go into surgery because I wanted to do surgery on babies in utero so that I could help more souls come into the world, because it just, I love babies because they just represent unlimited potential. And I love that I get to incorporate, I'm realizing that I do have a bit of an accent recently. I love that I get to incorporate that into this work. So that's all I got. That's my 2.5. There's 3 piles. They're numbered on the screen. The timestamps are already in the description. Pick which one resonates with you, whichever picture stands out to you. Oh my God, they're so cute. They are so cute. I might cry. I might cry just looking at these pictures. Okay. I'll see you at your reading. Okay. Okay, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. We're getting some messages about your first, what, oh my God, mouth, please. Your next baby. I was going to say your firstborn. So for some of you, this could be your firstborn. Oh my God. And then the card that comes out is the fish, which if you didn't listen to my intro, I just told a story about having a dream of fish. So this baby could be a Pisces and they could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm not getting that super strong, but I mean, you get the fish card, you say the fish sign, obviously. So I have Nightingale at the bottom of the deck. So this baby, I'm getting the energy of a baby, not just a baby who's very talented, but a human being who's talented, because nightingales, they sing. So this child, excuse me, I hit the microphone. This child could be very talented. They could be a very talented singer. And it's so funny. I have to give you a 2.5, okay? If you're new here, I like to tell stories and I like to incorporate my own stories into my own readings, and this is my own channel. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The other day, I was having a conversation with like my ancestors and stuff, and my father's side of the family, maybe both of the sides, whatever, but my father's side more dominantly is very musically talented and gifted, specifically with singing. And I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe and put into words, because I guess we don't really communicate with words, do it? We just kind of, it's just kind of like a vibe, and we just like, if you know, you know. So I've been thinking about music, I've been thinking about future kids, I've been thinking about talents, and I'm just like, all of the children that are going to come out of me, like, I know that one of you MFers can sing. And who is it? So I kind of like been having that conversation, but that just, this reading just reminded me of that, and now I'll get back to making it all about you and your next baby. So with the picture that you chose, the first thing that I got was like, this is a baby that's gonna be like moving a lot, like always on the move, always getting into something, very kind of hyper. And oh my God, fish are like so slippery, you know? Like, you know, when you like go fishing, well, I've never really like gone fishing, but I've seen like videos of fishing, and you know, when it's like a live fish and you're trying to like, you like reel it in and all that shit, but you like grab it in your hands and it's kind of like sticky and slimy and it like flops all over the place, and like it's kind of difficult to catch a fish with your bare hands and get it because they're kind of a little bit slippery. So I think that your next baby is going to be very slippery. And I keep wanting to say your first baby. So I feel like for the majority of you, this is going to be your first child. So there's a very slippery energy, a very excited energy. This is I feel like this is a kid that wants to be. Oh my God. I keep getting The Little Mermaid, which I've never seen The Little Mermaid movie. Like, I know some stereotypical things, I know some stereotypical like lines, like popular lines and references and songs, but I've never seen the movie. But I keep getting, I want to be where the people are. Like, I feel like this kid is going to be. Nosy is the best word that I can describe. Like, I feel like they're going to be very curious. I feel like this is going to be a very curious baby. So I think that they're going to they want to be where everything is going on. They want to be around people. So let's say that you're like having a gathering or something like that, and I'm seeing a scene in my head of like a home, and there's like a nursery room, and then there's like people in the living room, you know? And let's just say that your baby is like asleep, they're taking a nap, whatever, in the nursery, and there's people in the living room, you know, they're making noise, it's a little party, gathering, get together, whatever, and that baby wakes up, and some babies would be a little bit, you know, just a little bit maybe apprehensive or a little bit more reserved, like what's going on? There's loud noises that are happening. I'm not really sure what's going on here. And I feel like this baby, this kid just does not have that energy. They're like, oh, there's people at the house and I would like to say hi. You might have that difficulty. Like, you could have an experience where you do have people over your house or something, and you're like, okay, I have to take my kid into this other room so that they can go to sleep. And while you're trying to put your kid to sleep for a nap, they're like trying to like stick their head out, and they're trying to like get out of your arms to go back into the living room with all of the people. They want to be around the people. They want to connect with the people. They want to be in everybody's face. They want to be they want to be around everyone. They want to talk to everyone. They want to know what's going on. And I feel like it's this energy of just like they don't want to be left out. Your baby has FOMO. Okay, your baby needs to know what's going on. Your baby needs to know who's in the other room. Your baby needs to know what's making that noise. Like, just a very curious energy, always moving around, always wanting to know what's going on. I feel like you're going to, like, I don't know if they still make those, but it was very popular. See, I'm recording this video while I have my iPad over here charging because I need to go and get in my bed and do some journaling and healing stuff. So I'm going to use my iPad. But when you have that thing plugged in, you say any word that starts with an S, and that lady thinks oh my God, see? She thinks you're calling her name, and you're not. You're not calling her name. Anyway. So, in the early 2000s or maybe like the 2010s, those little like leashes for kids were very popular. And there's like an episode of what's that show? Modern Family, where they like go out. I think they go to like Disneyland, and one of the dads, there's two dads, they have a daughter. One of the dads is like, "Oh yes, I got this for Lily because she has a problem. She just takes off running places." And the other dad is like, "We are not using that." And then they end up using the leash, but then they get embarrassed about the leash. But then the grandpa, his name is Jay, has a brilliant idea. He's like, I know exactly what Lily, the little girl, needs. And he got her these like princess heels. And long story short, the little girl couldn't walk in the princess heels, so she couldn't run away anymore. And that's like how they solved the problem. And if you've never seen that, then I'm sorry I spoiled it for you. But go watch the episode anyway for the experience, right? That's why we're alive. So I feel like that's like your kid. I feel like there's just this energy of like a slippery kid. Like you might you might be watching this video and you might be like, I would never put my kid on a leash. And then this kid is going to be born and your ass is about to be on Amazon. Yeah. You're about to be overnight shipping a leash to your fucking home because I just get the energy and vibe that this kid, they just want to be everywhere. This is not, they could be like very cuddly and loving because we got like fish energy, Pisces energy. The moon is here. Okay, we'll talk more about that in a second. But they are excited. They are excited to be alive. They want to explore. They want to see everything. They want to know what's going on. They want to see what's happening over there underneath that table across at the opposite end of the restaurant. Like, they just need to know. They need to know. They need to see. They're curious. And if you're not careful, they might kind of like slip out from under you. Like, you might have experiences where you're like, turning around like, oh my God, like where the fuck did my kid go? And it's not because I think that you're like a neglectful parent. I just think that your kid is like, I want to go over here. I want to see this. I want to know what's going on here. Ooh, what's happening over there? And then they just kind of like run in that direction. And I just see you like running after them. So if you're not somebody who's very physically fit, then you will be with this energetic baby. And then you have this moon sign here, which the moon astrology is going to represent mother. Moon rules Cancer. Moon is how we nurture ourselves, right? So with this moon energy, I feel like your baby, if you're watching this and you're a mom, I feel like your baby is going to be really like connected to you. Like it's going to be like a mama's girl or a mama's boy or whatever. I feel like you're going to have a very deep, strong emotional bond and connection with your kid. So earlier when I was saying like, oh, this kid is not going to be super duper like, mushy and cuddly because it wants to like run all over the place and do all the things. I couldn't really get that message out all the way because they're like, well, not exactly. This is a kid that's very energetic and they want to explore things, but this is also a kid that like loves connection with other people. Like this is the kind of kid who will like meet like a stranger in the store, I feel like you really are going to have to be mindful with this kid because this kid does not have a sense of stranger danger. This kid does not have a sense of stranger danger. I'm seeing like a kid, like, you know how sometimes when you're like in the store and you're the stranger or somebody else is a stranger and there's like a baby and you're like talking with the baby, or maybe there's like a baby crying in the store and there's like an older woman, sometimes the older woman is like my mother, or, like a different like older woman, you know what I'm saying? And the older woman is talking to the baby and is like, do you want to come home with me? Like, I'll take you home. And the kid is usually like, no, I don't want to go home with you. And then the kid like stops crying or like, what the fuck ever. It's like I'm seeing a situation like that where, there's like random people that are like, oh my God, like, you're so cute, you're so adorable, like, I could just eat you up, like, do you want to come home with me? And your kid is like, yes. Your kid is like, uh-huh. And your kid is like, well, yes, you may hold me, and I will cuddle with you in the middle of this Target. Strange lady that I've never met before. Like, I feel like this is going to be a kid they've never met a stranger. They've never met a stranger. And with this Pisces energy, Pisces are so adorable, but Pisces children are like especially so adorable. And I am biased because I was a Pisces child and I was particularly adorable. Pisces, just like the big fish eyes, they're just so freaking adorable and cute. So I feel like this baby is going to be so freaking adorable and cute, and like people are going to stop you. They're going to like stop you to like tell you how cute your kid is and how just adorable they are. Like, oh my God, she's so darling. Or like, oh my God, he's so handsome. Like, you have the cutest baby in the entire world. And I just feel like your baby's going to be eating that shit up. Like, well, yes, I will come home with you, actually. Well, yes. Yes, I will. I'm hearing that song from Whitney Houston, I think it is. I'm your baby tonight. Which, the context of the song is a little bit different, but that's kind of the vibe. Like, yes, I will. I will go home with them. Yes. So, okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna pull some more cards. Okay, I couldn't find my deck. So tell us more about Pal number one's kid. Pal number one's adorable kid. No, like, I swear to God, when that kid learns how to walk, I feel like your kid is going to, I feel like they're going to learn how to walk quickly. Like, you know how there are some kids who I think they like skip crawling and they like go straight to walking? Like, I feel like you're going to have an experience where it's like, whoa, like, why is my kid holding its head up so quickly? Why is my kid sitting up so quickly? Why is my kid standing on their own so quickly? Why is my kid, doing this? Why is my kid walking? Why is my kid doing this and this and this? And the answer is because they need to be where the people are. They have people to see. They have places to go. They have places to be. They're late for a very important date, and they need to be mobile. They need to be mobile. So I feel like your kid is going to be like, please, 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 please. Okay. I feel like your kid is going to be like very advanced when it comes to, I swear to God, give me 1 second, because this shit is like so fucking ridiculous. Oh my God. And when you open up the settings in fucking Apple, it's like a million and one goddamn things. Girl. Well, why are you listening for Hey Siri then? How do you Hey Siri off? Not the other damn device. No. I'm so sorry, y'all. God. Okay. Perfect. 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 Yeah. Good. I figured that shit out. Because I was about to fucking lose it. Okay, I'm back. So, I feel like your kid is going to be really advanced, like with their physical body and movement, because they need to be able to turn their head in any direction at any given moment in time. Like they need to be able to cross the room to get to you. They need that, absolutely. They're going to be very motivated to move, and it's like when this kid develops the ability to walk, when they develop the ability to crawl, like I'm seeing like baby gates. You're going to have baby gates all over your fucking house, okay? Industrial strength baby gates. I just like the kid's going to take off. I'm telling you right now. And I'm hearing that popular song or sound from TikTok. She's a runner, she's a track star. Like yeah. Okay. Oh, I was not shuffling my deck upside down. Okay. Tell us about their kid. Tell us about their next kid. Tell us about their next kid. Give me a little bit more. Oh, so sweet. We got the Emperor, the Five of Cups, Death, Rebirth, and then the Empress. So we got the Emperor and the Empress. Okay. Which is like so good. So I'm seeing like mommy and daddy energy coming through very strongly in terms of like just your relationship dynamic, the dynamic between you and your partner, and how it influences your kid is just going to be very good. Like the Emperor and the Empress, this is like soulmates. This is like highest level soulmates. This is like divine counterparts. So the way that your baby is going to perceive you and their other parent is like, my parents are soulmates. My parents are meant to be together. My parents are in love with each other. So that's really good. They're going to see your relationship as balanced. They're going to see your relationship as fair. They're going to see your relationship as equal. They're going to see your relationship as complementary. You're going to have a relationship dynamic where what one person lacks, the other person has, so on and so forth. So there's just a really good balance between the two of you, and it also is going to inspire a really good balance between your like inside of your baby. I feel like your baby is going to have like equal characteristics of both of you. So I feel like both of you are going to look at your baby as it grows up. I think this baby is going to have a very strong personality, just like from the fucking beginning of their life. Like from the second moment that they're born, I feel like they're going to have very expressive eyes specifically. So I feel like this baby is always going to be just expressing themselves and who they are, and you're going to be able to observe them as they continue to grow up, and you're going to see characteristics that you have, and you're going to see characteristics that your partner has, and you guys will have like an experience with one another, you and your partner, where you're just like, oh my god, like this is you, like this is you inside of my baby, this is you. And so that's really beautiful. And then with the Six of Pentacles, I feel like they're going to be very generous. And I also feel like they're going to be very spoiled. I feel like they're going to be very spoiled. This is a baby that is not going to be told no. And with the energy of the Six of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Emperor, I feel like you're going to be very like financially stable, supported, and wealthy when you have this baby. So you're not going to be in a position where you have to tell your kid no because of money. And I also think that with that fish energy, Piscean energy, Cancerian energy, it's like the kid is so fucking adorable. Like, how can you tell this kid no? I was just seeing a video online of this little adorable baby, and I think her name is Frankie. She's kind of like a little popular baby online, and it was like a video from when she was like very young, like really early in that toddler stage, and she's like talking to her mom, and she's like, I'd like to put some more brown sugar, I'd like to put some more sweets in my bowl, please. And her mom was like, no, sweetie, you've already put a lot of sweets in your bowl. You can't put any more sweets. And she's like, just a little bit more sweets. No fussing. She literally says that. She's like, a little bit more sweets. No fussing. She's like, a little bit more sweets, no fussing. She's like negotiating this. Her mom's like, no, I'm not, you cannot put more sweets. You're done with sweets. She's like, a little bit more sweets, no fussing. And it's the most adorable thing in the world. And in the video, her mom was like, how am I supposed to tell you no? And her baby is like, you don't. And I feel like that's your baby pal, number one. Like, how am I supposed to tell you no? The answer is you don't. The answer is your baby's going to get whatever they want because they're so cute and they're so adorable. And I feel like as they grow up as a person, they're going to grow into an adult who's very generous. I feel like they're going to grow into an adult who's always taking care of people. It's like the generosity that you give to this child is going to turn into a human being who's very generous with their resources. They're going to turn into someone who, I'm seeing like a man, so it could be a boy. I'm seeing somebody who is always opening doors for other people, helping an old lady walk across the street. Like, they're going to be somebody who goes out of their way to be of service to other people, to help other people, to look out for other people. So this is going to be somebody who's very community oriented. Okay. They're going to be somebody who is very community oriented, somebody who wants to make the world a better place, somebody who wants to be of service to others, somebody who wants to help others, somebody who wants to serve others. And then we have the Five of Cups with the Death card, which is a change and transformation. I feel like this baby is going to transform something. I'm just trying to figure out if it's like transform something in your family line, transform something in your house, transform something in your marriage. There's some sort of disappointment here. Not a disappointment in like the baby, not a disappointment. There's a disappointment that gets changed. There's a disappointment that gets alchemized. There's a disappointment that gets healed. And I feel like it has to do with your like family line. So if you grew up in a toxic home environment, it's like this baby's existence is going to transform that. It's like this baby with that Piscean energy and the moon energy. It's like this baby is going to heal you, and not in like a, oh, babies make me more whole, or not in like a parentified way where you're telling your baby all your fucking problems and your baby's giving you advice, but it's just like Pisces energy, moon sign energy, Cancerian energy, water sign energy. It's healing energy. That's just what it is. It's emotional energy. It's psychic energy. It's intuitive energy. So this baby is also going to be very psychic and very intuitive. And it's like almost one of the reasons why it's like it's like your baby, there's a million thoughts going on in my mind right now, but it's like you can have the kind of baby where you're out and about and your baby just walks up to a random stranger on the street and gives that stranger a hug, and then that stranger like starts crying and is like, "Oh, I just lost my dad and I really needed this hug from this random baby." And you're like, "Oh, okay, like okay, okay." And I just like, I feel like your baby is going to psychically like sense people's fucking sorrow and like just intuitively do things that are going to help them and make them feel better. And it's not something that you're going to make this kid do. It's not something that you're going to force this kid to do. It's like they're a born healer. And it's not like a parentified thing where you're like, ooh, party trick, watch my baby heal sad people. Like, no, it's not that. It's just like something that happens. It's not something that you control. It's not something that you anticipate, but it's something that happens where people are around your kid and they start healing. And it's like your kid heals things within you just by existing, just by being there, just by being who they are and bringing so much happiness into your life. And it's like you're going to watch your kid have those good positive experiences in your home with your spouse, and it's going to heal something within you. It's like giving your kid what you never had. And the last thing that we have before we move on, because we have to move on, the last thing that we have is the Six of Wands. Your kid's gonna be so fucking popular. Your kid is gonna be so fucking popular. And I'm hearing that song from Wicked, Popular. I don't, what is the lyrics? Basically, I'll teach you how to be popular, okay? Except your kid is the teacher, not the one being taught. Because your kid is gonna be so like, your baby is a people person, okay? From the second that they come out of the womb, like it literally could be an experience where if you have your baby in a hospital, the nurses are like fawning over your baby, like, oh my God, I had to fight the other nurses so that I could come and watch him and take care of him because he is just so cute. And everybody wants to take care of your baby. Everybody wants to be around your baby. Like that experience. And it also could be an experience of like, just as they get older, like they're the kid. If they have a birthday party and they give out invitations, everybody from the class is showing up to their birthday party. They are a lovable person. They're a likable person. They are somebody that people want to be around. And I just see them creating so much success for themselves in their careers. Okay, like I said, they could definitely be creatives. If they are creatives, if they have like a talent where they are performing like on stage, like they're doing theater, they're doing music, they're doing something, even though it doesn't have to be that, this person is like wildly successful. Like people love your baby. Okay, so that's all that I've got for you, pal number one. This was so freaking cute. You have to comment down below and tell me how this is like resonating with you, how it sounds to you, how it makes you feel. I want to hear your feedback. If you want to enter the giveaway to get a free personal reading from me, I can help you to start embodying energy so that you can manifest union with your soulmate, manifest this life into your life. You can comment down below #next level to be entered into the giveaway. The last day to enter is August 23rd. I'm going to announce the winner publicly on August 24th. And if you just want to book that reading with me, then you can using the links in the description. If you want to learn more about my courses and enroll in them or apply to work with me for one-on-one coaching, you can do all of those things using the links in the description box. I love you, and I will talk to you in the next one. Okay, pile number two. Pile number one's reading was so good, so I'm very excited. I am very excited. I have very high expectations for yours, and it might look like pile number one's was longer, but it actually wasn't because I had to pause and change my Siri settings on my iPad while I was, doing their reading. So Okay, we're getting information on your future baby, your next baby, whatever is coming through. With this "you are here" thing and the clouds, I'm definitely getting spirit baby vibes. I'm getting spirit baby energy. So you might actually already be like psychically connecting to your baby. And then the first card out is buffalo. Like, this is seriously like spiritual energy. And at the bottom of the deck, we have lamb. Buffalo are very spiritual. Buffalo reminds me of Taurus, so they could definitely be an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they could have those energies very prominently on their, astrology: sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mercury, moon. I already said that, doesn't matter. But Buffalo also for me are going to represent wealth. They're going to represent long-term stability. Your baby, this baby is going to be stubborn, but pause. This baby is very spiritual. You could already be connecting with this baby. You could have dreams of this baby. You could just receive psychic messages from this baby. You could receive like signs all over of like this baby. You could have clicked on this reading because you're like, I keep getting all of these signs of this psychic baby trying to communicate with me. So let me know what's going on, or something like that. Not that you have to be frustrated or anything, but just like, this is a very psychic baby. This is a very like psychic, sensitive, like energetically powerful energy that I'm picking up on, that is manifesting in your life. So with this energy of buffalo, like that Taurus energy vibe that I'm getting here, this is a very stubborn energy, okay? This is a stubborn baby. And I'm kind of getting that like Taurus energy. I'm kind of getting that like bougie energy. Like, I'm kind of getting like okay, so they're showing me like breastfeeding versus like bottle feeding. You might have a baby that really prefers breastfeeding, and they're not going to drink from the bottle. It doesn't matter how many different like nipples that you get, or, you know, you can try different bottles, you can try different temperatures, you can do this, you can do that. You can get a poster of you up so that you can try to like trick the baby into thinking that it's coming from your breast. It's not going to work. If this baby wants to be breastfed, then this baby's going to be breastfed, and that's it. And they're not going to latch onto anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a very stubborn baby, and they want what they want, and they're not they're not settling for anything else. Or like, if you are feeding them with a bottle, they're going to have a particular bottle that they like. They're going to have a particular like nipple, the top of the bottle. They're going to have a particular nipple that they like, and you may not switch that out. They're not going to go for that. They're not going to be interested in that. So this buffalo energy is a baby that's very chill, okay? I'm definitely getting a really super chill vibe, which is so funny because pile number one's baby was like, you're gonna need a fucking leash, okay? Because this baby is zooming, all right? This baby is going from point A to point Z, 0 to 100 really quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pile number two, you don't have that problem. You don't have that issue. Pile number two, your baby wants to eat good food. Your baby wants to take a little nap, wants to wake up, have a little snack, have a little short nap after his nap to recover from the snack that he took after his nap. He wants to watch some television, wants to have a snack while he watches television. It's big, 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 big Taurus energy, big earth sign energy, okay? So this baby, I feel like your baby could be like really chunky and adorable, have some like really adorable like thighs. You guys, when you're pregnant, you might be like really big. Like, you might give birth to like a really big baby. Like, they're saying something like some of you really are attracted to men that are very big, and you're your spirit guides, angels, and ancestors are just kind of like, yeah, that big ass man is going to give you a big ass baby. Like, not in a bad way, not in a negative way. There's nothing wrong with being big. I'm big. If you don't know, like there's nothing wrong with being large, but I'm just definitely getting like a large energy. This is your next baby. It's going to be a very big baby, very adorable, very plump baby. Yeah, they're just going to be a big baby. They're going to be a big baby that can eat, like, period, point blank. Like, and they're showing me, like, when sometimes babies get like milk wasted, like, I feel like that's your baby. Like, I feel like your baby is going to love to eat, and I feel like your baby is going to get a little milk wasted. I'm hearing everybody in the club getting tipsy, Yeah, that's your baby. Your baby is a little adorable, chunky, stubborn, particular baby. And I feel like pound number two, I feel like I'm describing your personality just a little bit in a way, okay? Like, I feel like some of this should be resonating with you. I feel like you should be like, you know what? I understand, because I'm also a little bit particular about the kind of food that I eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a difference, okay? So I feel like with the energy of this buffalo, your baby is really going to be very chill, okay? I don't necessarily I don't really think this way, but what I'm getting is, how people will say, like, oh, like, this is such a good baby because it doesn't cry, I don't think that crying is wrong. I don't think that crying is bad. I think crying is healthy. Emotions are communication, yada, yada, yada. Your baby is going to be kind of like what people would consider to be like a good baby. Like, your baby is not going to cry a lot. They're not going to be very fussy. Like, of course they're going to be fussy if they have like a fucking dirty diaper or something, like, of course they're going to be fussy if they're really upset. Or I think when your baby gets upset, it's going to be kind of like a very big deal, because your baby really doesn't get upset like that. Like, your baby's chill. Your baby's a pretty chill baby. He just wants to eat his food and take his naps and, play with his toys a little bit. And he just chilling, right? You and your baby, I feel like you and your baby just chill together. Y'all just chill together. Y'all just have a good time and y'all chill together. But if you don't get this baby his food when he asks you for his food, every single day, it's the same schedule. The food is due at the same time. Come on now. Like, I feel like, which is so funny, because at first I'm like describing Taurus energy, and now we're getting into like daily schedules. Like, your baby's strict as fuck. Now we're getting into like this like Virgo energy. Like, you need to have that food prepared. Like, what is going on, pal number two? You know this. You knew I was going to wake up in the middle of the night. You knew that I was going to be peckish. You knew that. And you didn't prepare? Now I'm sitting here. I did a little soft warning cry. You didn't get the message. And now I'm really upset because you pissed me off. Because where's my food? So I feel like when your baby gets upset, when your baby gets angry, it's kind of like, oh shit, like, not like you're like freaking out, but it's kind of like, like my baby who never cries is like really fucking crying. Like, my baby is really throwing a fit right now. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm getting it. I'm going. Okay. So I feel like your baby, low key in a way is going to be a little bit of a boss baby. Like, when your baby says it's time for food, that means it's time for food. And where the hell are his snacks? Okay? He needs that pronto. Don't piss him off. But I feel like, other than that, other than being chill, other than those moments where he's not getting the food that he wants or the food that he needs, he's just kind of chill. He really is chill. It's one of those experiences where, like, you can hand your baby to a stranger, he's meeting somebody for the first time and he'll be there. Or if you, like, sometimes when babies are just chill like that, like you'll be able to hand your baby to one of your friends or something, and then it's like, okay, it's time for him to eat. You want to feed him, and your friends will be able to feed your baby, and the baby will be content. It's like, I don't really care who's holding me. I don't really care who's doing the feeding, as long as somebody starts doing the fucking feeding around here. Like, your baby is serious about food. Your baby does not play, okay, when it comes down to food. And it's so funny because I think this is going to like continue throughout their life, where when they're a toddler, I'm just seeing a little kid with like a little baggie full of like baby cereal. You know what I'm saying? Like, your baby keeps it on him. Like, your baby has the snacks. Like, your baby is always with a snack, and you might be the kind of mom or the kind of parent who you always have a snack in your bag. You always have, just like a little something. So this is just a baby who likes to snack. This is just a baby who likes to eat. This is just, a baby who needs a little snack. And I feel like you're the same way. Okay, so I definitely feel like you're also having that experience of like, hey, every once in a while a girl needs a little snack. Every once in a while a girl needs a little nap. And that just is what it is. So I feel like you and your baby are gonna really get along with each other. Like, I really just feel like your baby's chilling. Like, at the bottom of the deck we have the lamb. Like, your baby's freaking chilling. And now I'm hearing Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. Was that the lyrics? So for those of you who have lighter skin, your baby could also have that same fairer skin and complexion, or your baby could just have a lighter skin tone than you do. Let's pull some cards now. Let's see. Tell us more about pile number two's baby. Tell us more about pile number two's incoming baby. I'm getting a big, like, feminine energy here. Even if they're a boy, they could still be like a Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. And so Taurus people are going to be very beautiful people, right? Venusian men are men that you would still describe as beautiful before you described them as handsome. An example of a Venusian man would be ASAP Rocky, Rihanna's husband, baby daddy. I don't know their relationship status, but the father of Rihanna's children. He's a Libra. And when you look at him, he's a pretty man. He's Venusian. Venusian men are beautiful. So there's that Taurus energy, that Venus energy. Whatever gender they are, they're going to be very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And I feel like, because we have the High Priestess at the bottom, and the way this King of Swords card is, I feel like they're not going to be very talkative. Like, not like they're not going to talk, not like they're not going to communicate, but I feel like they're going to be a little bit more reserved. Like, it's very different from the energy of pile number one. Pile number one's baby has never met a stranger ever. Pile number one's baby walks up to strangers and like reaches into the depths of their souls and like pulls out all of their heartaches and pain and then like heals it. Like, pile number one's baby was like fucking Renesmee from Twilight. You understand what I'm saying? Pile number two, your baby is chill. Your baby, you need to make sure that you get those meals when your baby is expecting them meals. And other than that, like, your baby's cool. Your baby's chilling. So you can have a type of experience where this is the kind of baby that you can take to the movie theater. This is the kind of baby that you can take to the restaurant. You can take your baby anywhere. Like, you do not have to worry about it. I'm also getting an energy of just a baby that's more reserved, a baby that kind of like, wants to be around you. This is a baby that is always going to be like holding your hand, or like, when kids are kind of like they kind of like wrap their arms around your leg and kind of like, you know, like peek out at the world from behind you. I feel like that's going to be their energy and their vibe. Like, it's not like they're not going to be playful, it's not like they're not going to have fun, but they're going to be just a little bit more reserved, a little bit more like they don't really want to play with everybody. They maybe don't really want to know everybody, okay? Your baby's a little bit exclusive. Was that Beyonce song? She says, I'm stingy with my love, okay? I pay them all in dust. That's your baby. Thought number two, your next baby is stingy with his love, okay? Just a little bit more reserved, just a little bit more to themselves. I feel like they're gonna have a really beautiful imagination, a really beautiful soul. This is somebody who creates deep, meaningful connections. So as they continue to grow and expand and, you know, develop those interpersonal skills and develop friendships and relationships with people, they're going to be the kind of people that create deep, long lasting, meaningful relationships. So they might be able to count their friends on, you know, to both hands, but those friends that they do have, they will have them for life. And they're singing that song, Two Most Wanted by Beyonce and Miley Cyrus, where they say, I'll be your shotgun rider till the day I die. So there's just this energy of loyalty. Pile number two, your baby's going to be very loyal. Your baby's going to be very loyal to the people that they have in their lives. And yeah. Okay, let's see what else we have. I feel like they're going to be like a really good storyteller. I feel like your baby is going to be a little bit shy, but like fucking poetic. Yeah, we have the Strength, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Like, this is the kind of energy that just kind of like takes a little while to warm up. Like, their first day of kindergarten, they're not going to be the kid that's going up to everybody saying, Hi, what's your name? Do you want to be my friend? Hi, what's your name? Do you want to be my friend? Do you want to play with me? Let's play this. Let's play this. Like, that's not them. That's not them at all. They want to do coloring. They want to explore things. They want to learn things. It's like an incredibly smart, intelligent energy because we have strength here, which obviously represents strength. So there's a lot of strength that they have. And then we have the King of Swords and the King of Cups. This is giving me the energy of a boy, but of course it could be any gender. And then we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So any gender, of course. But this is giving me just the energy of somebody who like is very smart, right? Swords represent our thoughts and cups represent our emotions. So they're very emotionally intelligent and they're very intellectually intelligent. This is somebody who's very smart. This is somebody who's very creative. This is the type of kid who maybe they don't want to do group sports. Maybe they don't want to be on the basketball team. But if you got them a little easel, is that what it's called? A little easel, and you got them some paints and different things like that, then they can paint for hours and hours and hours. Like, this is the type of child who is going to be very creative, who's going to be very interested in creatively expressing themselves. And it's like they're going to be a little bit more slow to warm up to people. So they're going to be a little bit more reserved. They're going to be a little bit more to themselves. And it's kind of that energy of like when they do know people, when they are around people, when they do feel safe and comfortable with people, then they're laughing, then they're having a great time. Behind this buffalo in this picture, there's a thunder, like a bolt of lightning. So I'm also getting the energy of like, when this kid is open, when they feel safe, when they feel in that playful mood, they're going to have like this kind of like thunderous laughter type of energy and vibe. They're going to they're going to it's like they're going to have fun, but again, it's very like stingy with my love. They don't want to be around everybody. They don't want to be the life of the party. They are more reserved. They're a little bit more sensitive. That's how I would describe them. I would describe them as sensitive, sensitive so much so that they don't want to be around everybody else and everybody else's energy. They just kind of they like to be in like a soft environment. They like to be in an environment where there's low lighting. They like to have some yummy delicious food. They like to, see some creative stuff going on. They want to create some art. They want to write some stories. They want to write some poetry. They want to take some pictures. They want to do things like that, or they want to get into like the sciences. They want to get into math. They want to study things. They want to go to the library. This is the kind of kid that wants to go to the library, and he wants to read books, and he wants to think about other lands, and he wants to, travel to other distant worlds, and his mind and his imagination. It's like he would thrive more in that environment. This is not the person who wants to be like on the football team. I just feel like that would overwhelm them. I feel like that would annoy them. I feel like are they're just not that kind of person. They need a little bit more space. If they're going to go to a social gathering, it's going to be them having like one-on-one connection with one person. And I feel like a lot of that is going to have to do with your relationship, like the relationship that you have with this child. I feel like I don't know if it's your firstborn, but this is going to be a kid that you spend a lot of time with. You spend a lot of personal time with this child. And so you and this child have a very deep relationship. And because you and this child have a very deep relationship, it's like that becomes their goalpost for love and connection. They are looking for deep, meaningful relationships like the relationship that they have with their mom, like the relationship that they have with their dad. They're not interested in superficial connection. They're not interested in, having a whole bunch of friends just so that they can say that they do. This is the kid who finds a best friend in kindergarten, and that's their best friend until they're 50 years old. Like this is that kind of energy, especially with that Taurus, especially with that Knight of Pentacles energy. This is the kind of kid who just really takes their time getting somewhere, takes their time developing skills. They could also be into like flowers. They could be into gardening. They could want to go outside to go play, and they want to pick the flowers. They want to identify the flowers. They want to plant flowers. They want to look at the insects. They want to identify the insects. They want to learn about the insects. Like there was a what was it? There was a little boy. Oh, excuse me. My butt is stuck to my chair. Okay. There was a little boy, I think he went viral on TikTok. And I do not know what kind of ologist it is, but he's really into insects. And so he had his little science insect inspector outfit on, and he had this little book or something, and he's like, when I grow up, I'm gonna study bugs. And it was very adorable. It was very adorable. And I think it was a black woman who was working in that field as a scientist. She like stitched it and was like, this is so great that you're doing this. I don't remember the exact story, and it really doesn't matter. The point is, like, this is a kid who is going to develop some sort of interest. They're going to have some sort of special interest, and like that's going to be their fucking thing, okay? And they're going to like really excel in that thing from a very young age. This is somebody who is not super interested in having a whole bunch of brand new experiences and, just like, oh, so exciting, and I'm looking for the thrills. Like, this is the kid who learns about bugs when they are running around and then you guys go to a museum and there's a bug exhibit there and they fall in love with the bugs and they want to learn more about bugs, and now you've got a library full of books about bugs, and every night before bed they need you to read them a story about bugs, and that is just how they become the bug kid, you know? And it doesn't actually have to be bugs, but it's something that they're passionate about, something that they're going to love, something that they're going to love learning about and talking about. And when they get that thing that they love, that they're passionate about, then they're going to get excited. Then they're going to, like come alive. They're going to talk about the things and they're going to share about the things with other people and all of that good stuff. But outside of that arena, they're going to be a little bit more reserved. Like, this is the kind of kid who, yes, in certain settings, you can pass the baby to your friend, but around strangers, no. This is not the kid that wants to be passed to a stranger at all. This is the kid who kind of like looks at strangers like a little bit crazy, like a deer in headlights. Like, please do not come near me. I do not know you. Yeah, so really interesting, the difference between that and pile number one, but incredibly intelligent energy, really gentle, beautiful soul. Like, I feel like this baby is going to be like your baby. Like, obviously it's your baby, but I feel like this baby is your baby, like always, from the time that they're newborn to the time that they're a fully grown adult. Something about this child is going to pull your heartstrings, and you're just going to feel them on a soul level. Like, your soul and this child's soul, you guys are kindred souls. You guys are soulmates in a way. You guys really understand each other. You guys really get each other. And you guys just have a strong bond. Like, even when this kid becomes an adult, they're still coming over your house. Like, this is the kid who, if they get older and they have a family, they're bringing their family to your house for Thanksgiving. They're bringing their family to your house for Christmas. Like, they love that family dynamic. They love being a part of your family. You guys have very strong relationships and bonds where you know each other and you respect each other. And I think you're going to raise this child in an environment where you're not forcing them to be something that they're not. And so they're going to really thrive, and they're going to really just love you and honor you and respect you because of how you love them and honor them and respect them. So that's just incredibly beautiful. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you want to enter my giveaway to win a free reading that will help you to just embody whatever energy it is that's going to attract this lovely soul into your life to help you manifest this quicker and easier, then you can comment down below #next level, and then you'll be entered to win. And the last day to enter is the 23rd of August, and I'm choosing the winner on the 24th of August, and I'll announce it on my YouTube, on like the channel, and I'll like reply to your comment and all that good stuff. Of course, if you want to just book that reading, then you can using the link in the description. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired. And if you want to learn more about just my courses and personal coaching that I have available, you can find all of that information in the description. I love you, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Okay, pile number 3. Oh my God, it's so funny. Pile number 2's was all about a baby who loves food, and pile number 2's baby, like the picture, is digging into a bag of food from the store, which is so funny. I did not even think about that. Sorry, I literally had to mention that because I just realized it. I've been loving these readings. I'm excited to get into yours. We're getting information about your next baby, whatever comes through, about their personality, who they are, what they're going to be into. Okay, so immediately what I'm getting for you is that your baby could be bilingual. I'm also hearing trilingual, quadlingual. I don't know. I don't know what's after trilingual. But I'm definitely getting an energy and a vibe of your baby speaking more than one language. I'm definitely getting an energy of your baby being very intelligent. So we've got moth, and then we have golden egg, and then we have camel. God, I wish I had water. Okay. So, number one that I'm getting with this golden egg, I'm getting like golden child energy and vibe. And now I'm hearing that like thing from the, what is that movie? Lord of the Rings? My precious. I feel like this child, and it's interesting because this, I just shuffled and got this card, but I just did readings and this golden egg came out for another reading. So you might have chosen that pile for that video if you watched it. God, I'm sorry. I dropped the card on the floor. Okay. So I feel like this kid is going to be your baby. So you could have, and I'm sorry if this is a little bit sensitive, but you could have had an experience where you lost a child before. So this could definitely be like a rainbow baby. There's something about this child that is just very precious to you. And everybody's children are precious to them in their own way, but it's something very specific about the way that you treat this baby and the way that you take care of this baby and the love and adoration that you have for this child that is connected to some sort of like loss. Because even with this moth, there's like darkness and it's moving towards the light. So it's like I feel like this baby is you moving your family, you moving your life towards more light, towards more goodness. It's like I feel like this baby represents something for you. And even if it's not that you previously lost a child, which if you did, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry that you went through that experience. Even if that's not what happened, there is some sort of loss in your family, in your past, in your previous relationships. There's some sort of loss, there's some sort of darkness, and this baby brings this lightness. And I feel like this baby brings light wherever they go. Where it's almost like, because it's like moths to a flame, I don't feel like this baby is the moth. I feel like this baby is the light. Where it's like it's impossible for you to be unhappy with this baby. It's impossible for you to be unhappy in the presence of this baby. You could be having a bad day. You could be having a bad moment. And you're going to look at this kid. And you're going to look in this kid's eyes. And it's just going to be like, nothing that I was worried about matters. Nothing that I was afraid of is relevant, because this child represents happiness. They represent purity. They represent that goodness is in the world. They represent like a miracle. They represent that God is real. They represent that God is on my side. They represent that there's goodness for me. So I am feeling, because we have the camel at the bottom of the deck, and the camel is surrounded by darkness, and camels store that water inside of them, and they're able to sustain themselves for very long journeys in the desert, in the drought. Now I'm getting that song by Beyonce, Love Drought. So I'm getting you. I'm getting your story. I'm getting there was a lot of darkness. I'm getting there was a lot of negativity. There was a lot of hurt. There was a lot of pain. There were a lot of moments where you felt like you were in the dark, or there were moments where you felt like you were alone. There were moments where you felt like maybe you weren't going to make it, or maybe things weren't going to be as beautiful as, it was in other people's lives, or as beautiful as you wanted them to be. And it's like when you have this child, you're going to be at a place in your life where you have overcome the negativity, you have overcome the pain, you've overcome the heartache, and you were able to sustain yourself. And it's like when you become pregnant with this child, when you give birth to this child, when this child manifests in the physical reality and you hold this child, I'm getting like these tears. Like, I feel like you're gonna cry so much. I feel like you're gonna cry like such tears of joy. And I feel like there's this gratitude and just like this like openness, this expansive energy in your heart and in your chest. And it's just like Jesus, I know that you're real. God, I know that you're real. I know that source energy exists. I know that there's love that exists. I know that there's goodness that exists in the world, and you have blessed me with this child. Like it's literally making me so emotional just being tapped into this energy. Like I feel like this baby is going to be like such a blessing in your life, and it's not even like the kid has to do anything, but when you look at that child, it's going to take you back to that feeling. It's going to bring you that feeling every single time of like there is goodness in the world, and there is love in the world, and there is a God, and God is on your side, and there's just goodness, and there's goodness available to you. And so it's like you're not going to ever have an experience where you're feeling so frustrated or you're feeling so down and you're also in the presence of your child. It's just not possible, because it's like this baby is my testimony. And again, it doesn't have to be that you actually lost a child in the past, although that could be it. I feel that that's it for some of you, but it's just like after everything that I went through, I still got to be blessed with a baby. For some of you, you could have PCOS. For some of you, you could have dealt with infertility. You could have dealt with just feeling afraid that you weren't going to have a baby. You could have dealt with feeling afraid that you weren't going to find your soulmate. You weren't going to find your person. You could have felt like your biological clock was ticking. You could be moving through that right now, but it's just like this child, this manifestation, it's a representation of the fact that you are on the other side. You made it through. You overcame. You healed. You persevered. You're not living that life anymore. You're not having that experience anymore. You're not alone anymore. And I don't mean like, I don't think that it's just your baby. Like your life partner is there. It's like you have support. It's like this baby is just like a physical representation of the work that you did, And not in like a narcissistic way where your baby can't be their own like person. I hope that you're understanding me. But it's like this baby is just, they are a representation of everything that you have done to heal, to overcome, to move forward. And it's like because this child represents that lightness for you, and they are like a physical manifestation of that lightness, it's like they are a physical manifestation of God's promise. Like you could have had a dream, you could have had some sort of like prophetic experience where God told you, I'm going to give you a baby. I'm going to give you double for your trouble. I'm going to give you more than enough. These times, these moments where you feel like you're lost, you feel like it's not working, you feel like you're alone. This will not last forever, and I'm going to bless you. And there's going to be an abundance of blessings, and it's going to be, an overwhelming amount of blessings that I am pouring into your life. And one of my favorite Bible verses is Malachi 3:10. I'm 99% sure that's it. Malachi 3:10. So you might want to go and look up that Bible verse. But it's just basically talking about tithing to your community, giving to your community, which doesn't just for me mean giving money to a church. It just means doing good in the world, doing good for yourself, showing up for yourself, pouring into yourself. I consider that to be tithing. If you show up and you tithe and you serve, I will bless you, and it's like God saying, I promise I will give you so many blessings that you don't have room to store them. And that is my favorite Bible verse for many reasons that we can't talk about now, but we will talk about in the future when I have kids. So anyway, it's like an experience like that where this child is the manifestation of that scripture. This child is a representation of something that you believed, a faith that you had when things looked bad, a faith that you had that things would get better. So you might name this kid something like Faith or something like that, just like a really strong name that represents your journey and where you are. And yeah. So let's see if we can get any more information on this beautiful next baby. Coming in for pile number 3, we've got the Queen of Swords. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. We've got the 4 of Swords. The Emperor. The 7 of Pentacles and Judgment. I feel like your baby is going to be patient. I feel like this baby is going to be patient. I feel like you had to be patient. It's something about your journey. And of course, a million people are going to watch this. So everybody's journey is different. But it's something about your journey that was not overnight. It's something about your journey that was not instant. And it's like the patience that you had, the perseverance that you had, this baby is going to have that. This baby is going to embody that. This is going to be a patient baby. Like in pile number 2, I was talking about a baby who loves to eat. A baby who's a chill baby, but when it's feeding time, it's feeding time. And you need to give him that food now, not later. And if you don't give him that food now, he's going to get pissed off. And you don't want him to be pissed off, And pile number 3, your baby is not giving that. Your baby is giving just chill. And it's not like the baby doesn't cry, and it's not like the baby doesn't have needs, and it's not like the baby doesn't communicate to you when it's upset, because of course it does. But it's just a chill fucking baby. Like with this 4 of Swords energy, your baby could really, really like to sleep. Like you might have an experience where you're like, yeah, we kind of had a sleep regression with the baby, but we didn't really deal with the sleep regression with the baby. Or it's like the baby is already sleeping all the way through the night, and people are like, how is the baby already sleeping all the way through the night? And it's like, I don't know, the baby's just sleeping all the way through the night. And that's really funny because camels, they, take water and they hold it and they sustain themselves. And the reason why babies are waking up so many times to feed is because they need to eat more. So it's like your baby is kind of like a camel in a way, where they can eat and sustain themselves and take naps for longer periods of time. Or they're going to be a baby who is sleeping through the night sooner than most babies, or they're going to have less trouble at night. They're going to, like, this baby is not going to give you problems. This baby is not going to give you issues. Like, this baby is going to be healthy. It's like this baby is going to be blessed. It's almost like God is like, pile number three had a terrible life. Pile number three had a terrible time. Pile number three had so much struggle. Pile number three had so much strife. This baby is goodness. This baby is goodness. This baby is going to bring goodness. This baby is going to bring happiness. This baby is going to bring hope. This baby is a representation of that. And so it's just a good baby. It's a good baby. It's an easy baby. It's a smooth sailing. I feel like you're going to have a smooth time with your pregnancy because you got that golden egg type energy. I feel like, you know, when you're experiencing your pregnancy, you might not deal with morning sickness. You might not, you know, deal with some of the more severe symptoms that some women deal with when it comes to pregnancy. You might really enjoy being pregnant. You might relish in being pregnant. It's like the entire process from start to finish, from being pregnant to having the baby. It's going to be an experience that you enjoy. It's going to be an experience that you relish in. And it's just like, really like this really important moment. Like, I just feel like this is so important for you. Like, it's so important that you get this good experience. It's so important that you get this good life. It's so important that you get to enjoy this. It's so important that you get to be happy and your baby gets to be happy and you just get to have peace. Like, I feel like this is a baby that's going to bring you peace. The chaos, the confusion, the darkness, it's over. It's done. We've moved past it. We're in a new cycle. We're creating a new experience. We're living a new life. And this baby is just chill, and I feel like they're gonna be a happy baby. Like, again, getting that like light energy. I'm getting a baby that giggles, a baby that laughs, a baby that's happy. Sometimes you wake up in the morning and you're a little bit like tired, like you're a little bit groggy. Sometimes babies are not morning people, and you wake them up too early from their nap or something, or they don't get a good night's sleep or something like that, and they are just cranky and tired and fussy and all that stuff. And of course that's normal and natural, but it's like this baby is not going to have that experience. Like, this baby is going to sleep well, and when you wake up in the morning, I'm getting that like Kylie Jenner video where she's like going into her daughter's nursery and she's singing that like Rise and Shine song to her daughter. It's like that energy. Like, you're gonna wake up in the morning, you're gonna go into your nursery, you're gonna see your baby, and your baby's gonna smile at you, and you're gonna smile at your baby, and you're gonna be like, good morning, like, you're ready to get this day started. Your baby's like, fuck yeah, I'm ready to get this day started. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be in your kitchen trying different foods and helping your baby test their first foods, and your baby is going to be a baby that's just happy to be eating food. Like, hell yeah, I love avocado, this is fucking delicious. And what is this? This is sweet peas. This is fucking dope. I fucking love sweet peas. Yeah, there's some sweet pea and some fucking breast milk mixed together. That's crazy. My compliments to the goddamn chef. Like, your baby's gonna be tearing that shit up. Your baby's like, ooh, steamed sweet potatoes? Like, fuck yeah, give me some more. I just feel like, yeah, I feel like your baby's gonna cost so much. I'm just kidding, obviously. I feel like, I feel like you're, I feel like you're just gonna enjoy. You're gonna enjoy having a baby. You're gonna enjoy giving your baby baths. You're going to enjoy feeding your baby. You're going to enjoy watching your baby try foods. And I feel like your baby's going to enjoy being alive. Your baby's going to enjoy experiencing life with you and just learning about things with you. I feel like your baby, I just feel like your baby is going to be chill. Like, I feel like they're not telling me so much about the baby's characteristics as much as they're telling me about your journey. And I feel like your baby's father is going to be a really good man. Like, your partner's going to be a really good person, but really specifically, if you're a woman watching for a man, you don't know who he is or whatever, like, this baby's father is going to be good. This is going to be a man who just shows up because we have the emperor here. So this is a man who shows up. The emperor like is the ultimate father. The emperor is reliable. The emperor is stable. The emperor is supportive. The emperor is taken care of. And I feel like you're going to have an experience where, you're not going to have your baby and then be looking over your shoulder, worried about bills or anything like that, because this person is going to take care of you. Even if you have your own job, if you want to do maternity leave, if you want to quit your job and be a stay-at-home mom, like whatever it is that you want to do, your partner is going to support you. Your partner is going to make it happen. Your partner is going to show up for you, and your partner is going to really show up for your baby. I feel like your you and your partner are going to have a really good relationship with your baby. I feel like your baby is going to have a really like secure attachment style. Like your baby is going to know that when they cry, somebody's coming to answer them. So I think that that's going to be another reason why they're not going to be a super fussy baby, because it's kind of like they don't have to. And of course babies cry, so like it's normal for babies to cry, whatever, but it's like the energy that I get is that your baby doesn't have to wail and go on and on and on, because it's like when your baby whimpers a little bit, when your baby gets a little bit fussy, when your baby, makes certain noises, you're like, oop, okay, I know what that is. And you're showing up and you're taking care of them and you're, doing the things. Like, how babies have different cries for different things. It's like it can be a full on cry or it can just be a little noise. Like when your baby makes that noise or when your baby starts to cry a little bit, you're like, okay, I know that you're hungry. Okay, I know that you're tired. Like, I feel like you're going to be a really good mom. I feel like you're going to be a really good parent. I feel like you're going to pay a lot of attention. I feel like you're going to be very much attuned, like always watching, always looking at your child, very much attuned to them, waiting for them to have needs so that you can show up for them and meet those needs and take care of them and make them feel safe and make them feel secure. So this is a baby who is growing up knowing that they're safe. This is a baby who's growing up knowing that they're loved. This is a baby who's growing up knowing that they're important. Like, this is a child that is going to grow up with a very strong sense of self-worth, because based on your energy, based on the way that you treat them, based on the way that you look at them, based on the way that you respond to them, you communicate to this child that they are important. You communicate to this child that they are significant. You communicate to this child that they matter. You communicate to this child that they belong in the family. And so your child is going to grow up feeling very much wanted, and they're going to grow up feeling very much safe, and they're going to grow up feeling very much secure, and they're going to know that they can rely on you. They're going to know that they can rely on their parents. They're going to know that they're okay. They're going to know that they're safe. They're going to know that they're all right. And so this is going to be a kid that you can take to new environments. You can travel with your kid, and even if you're going to a different country, even if you're doing something that you've never done before, your kid is still going to feel safe because they have that really, really secure attachment. So they have a really strong sense of trust with you and with your partner. This kid has a really, really strong sense of trust with you and your partner. And because of that, they feel safe to explore the world. They feel safe to be exposed to new things because they're like, I know that my parents are here. I know that my parents have my back. I know that I'm okay. I know that I'm safe. Even though there's so much newness around me, I know that I'm okay. I know that I'm safe. I know that if something goes wrong, I have people here who love me, who show up for me. So I feel like that's like really going to have so many positive consequences on your kid as they grow and expand into an adult. And I just feel like I'm just getting this energy of like legacy. I feel like your kid is going to grow up and they're going to create a lot of stability for themselves. They're going to build on top of the stability that you've created, or they're going to create stability for themselves in their own way. I get a strong sense that this is like a boy or a masculine energy. And I feel like this child is going to grow up, and I feel like they're going to be like their dad. They might like literally follow in their dad's footsteps. Maybe your husband has a business, or maybe their dad does something specific for work and they like go into that same field, or they just have the same characteristics as their dad, or they just look really like they look a lot like their father. So I think that, yeah, I definitely get that strongly, that this is going to be a kid who, whether it's a boy or not, they're going to look a lot like their dad. They're going to behave a lot like their father. And they're going to create a lot of stability in their lives because of this. So whoever their father is a man who is very stable, a man who's very reliable, a man who's very safe, right? Very predictable. If he says he's coming home at 5:45, he will be there at 5:45. If he says he's going to do this, then he's going to do this. If you ask him for something, then it's going to happen. So it's like there's safety there, there's predictability there, there's consistency there, and the father is going to play a very big role in being a role model and being an example. So this child is going to follow their father's example. They're going to follow their father's, like they're going to look up to their father, and their father is going to be like a role model for them. They're going to want to be like their dad. I feel like this is somebody who's going to grow up and they're going to want to have a family, and I feel like when they grow up and they want to have a family, like they look forward to stepping into that role of being a father like their father was. So very strong energy here, very strong like traits being passed down a family line. So this is going to be a very family oriented child. You're going to have like a very family oriented family. And yeah. Let me see what else. Any last messages before we end this? I feel like this child is going to be such a loving person. And I feel like they're going to be such a loving person as a consequence of the way that you love them. Like, one of the piles I talked about, their kid is going to be very generous. Like, they're going to give their resources to people, they're going to help people. I feel like this is a kid who is going to, like, stick up for people. This is a kid who is going to love people. This is a kid who, like, they're a light. It's like they know instinctively, subconsciously, how to make other people feel special and how to make other people feel loved, because that's what you gave them as parents. You gave this person, you built this person up to have such strong self-worth that every single person that meets this child, they're going to feel special, because that's just how your kid relates to people. Your kid only knows how to treat people like they're important. Your kid only knows how to treat people with respect. Your kid only knows how to love people and how to be considerate and how to show up for them, because that's the way that you take care of them. So I feel like this child's character is just going to be absolutely impeccable. I feel like this is going to be a kid who has incredible amounts of integrity, and I feel like this is going to be a kid that always wants to help around the house. They always want to make your life easier. Like, as they grow up, they're going to really like take on more of that role. Like, this is not a kid that you have to ask more than one time to like take out the dishes, yes, to wash the dishes or to take out the trash can or whatever. This is a kid that's going to take on responsibility well. They're going to take responsibility for themselves. And then when they get to that point in their development, they're going to take responsibility for other people very well because of what's being modeled, because of how well they are taken care of. They're going to take good care of themselves. They're going to take good care of other people. They're going to take good care of their community. And I also feel like this person is going to be very strong. So I feel like they're going to have a bit of like a masculine appearance. They could be Mars ruled or have like Mars rising. They could have Mars on the first house, or they could have like Scorpio rising, Aries rising, but they could also just be a man. They could also just look like your husband or look like their father, where their appearance is going to be maybe even a little bit intimidating, but it's like their energy, their heart, their soul is going to shine through. So it's almost like people might look at them and like they're going to be somebody who's like a very like clean person, like very put together. They go to the barber, they keep up their facial hair, they like whatever. They're going to look really good. They're going to look very clean, but they're also going to look very masculine. They're going to look very strong. And so people might be a little bit intimidated by them just based off of how they appear. But then it's like when your kid starts talking, when they start communicating with other people, everything coming out of their mouth is just love. Everything coming out of their mouth is just kindness. Everything coming out of their mouth is just like all of the goodness. It's like this child is going to, it's like they're going to have something so special inside of them with that golden egg. Like, people are going to tell you that your kid is special. When your kid goes to elementary school, their teachers are going to tell you that your kid has such a gentle soul, and their kid, like, the kid is so special. The kid stands out from everybody. So this is just going to be a child who is so loving and so caring and so just supportive of other people, and they're going to fight for the people that they love. They're going to fight for the things that they love. So they're going to be bold, they're going to be courageous, they're going to be strong, but their strength is going to be really connected with love. It's going to really be connected with their heart. So I get like the energy and feeling that this person is going to have like a very strong heart chakra. They're going to be a heart-centered person. They're just going to be so incredibly loving, okay? And that's what I've got for you, pile number 3. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, you have to let me know in the comments section how this resonated with you. If you want to enter my giveaway to win a free reading from me, where I'm helping you to embody a new energy so that you can manifest this lovely, amazing baby into your life, then you can comment on this video, #next level, and you will be entered to win the giveaway. I will be announcing the winner on the 24th of August, and the last day to enter is August 23rd. If you want to just book that reading with me, then you can book that reading as well using the link in the description. And if you want to learn more about the courses that I have, the coaching, the personal coaching that I'm offering, you can learn more about those things and get whatever you need using the links in the description. I love you so much. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you in the next video.